Hey everyone, today we're creating an eye look inspired by Alexa Bliss. Let's bring you closer. We're going to start by priming the eye with Wet n Wild's Photo Focus Eyeshadow Primer. We're only priming part of the eye from the crease to the brow. Might seem weird, but we'll do the rest later. To prevent creasing and allow easier application of eyeshadow, we're applying Makeup Geek's White Lies over the area we primed with a large eyeshadow brush. Now for some color, we're taking Makeup Geek's Masquerade shadow, a beautiful purple, and focusing it in the crease. Some of it will get covered up, but it's much easier to apply some now and add more in later. This shade will be peeking up over the black that we placed down next. Be sure to extend it outward toward the ear. Alexa has very dramatic eye looks, so the more, the better in this case. We'll be dipping into the shade quite a bit for this look. Alexa almost always has some sort of wing, so that's what we're creating with Makeup Geek's Corrupt, one of my favorite black shadows. I'm using an angled brush to create the wing. Don't worry about being too messy because we'll clean up the edge. I'm going to admit I struggled to come up with this look. Very out of my comfort zone, but fun to create, so thank you to those of you who wanted to see this look. You pushed me to try something different. Now that the outline is created, we're grabbing a different brush, the MIKASA E310, to add more Corrupt. We're going to bring it into the crease and start filling in the wing. Then we're going back in with the angled brush to further refine the wing and make it larger. Be sure to check both sides to make sure they're even. These wings are crazy long, but Alexa is known for being dramatic in ring. Let's do some cleanup. I'm using Garnier's Micellar Cleansing Water on a Q-tip to sharpen the edge of the wing. I highly suggest doing your eye makeup first if you are recreating this look to avoid having to reapply concealer and foundation, and because there's quite a bit of fallout from the eyeshadow in the upcoming glitter. I used my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer to touch up. All good, back into the crease with Corrupt. We're going back into the purple Masquerade shade, so I'm cleaning the black off of my brush with my color switch. If you wear a lot of different colored eyeshadows, I definitely recommend getting one. You just rub your brush on there and it takes off the excess color. Here we're extending the purple to reach the end of the wing and bringing it higher to be more noticeable. I've done a few wrestling looks with blue, so I wanted to incorporate another color, and Alexa sometimes wears purple shadows as well. For the brow bone highlight, essential for a look inspired by Little Miss Bliss, we're using Strobe from BH Cosmetics Blacklight Highlight Palette. I'm also wearing this mixed with the shade On Point on my cheekbones. Speaking of On Point, we're sweeping a tiny amount of that over Masquerade. I thought it tied Masquerade in better with the Strobe highlight shade. A very quick, simple blend. We're not following my typical blend techniques because this is a bolder, sharper look. As mentioned earlier, we are now priming the lid. We're using Smashbox's Photo Finish Lid Primer in white. I recently picked this up in an Ulta haul. We're dotting some onto the lid, patting it out with our finger, then applying more and smoothing the edges with a flat brush, almost as if it's a cut crease. Then to cover any white we didn't want, we're going back into Corrupt, the black shade, then setting the primer with White Lies. So far, I'm digging this eyeshadow primer. It makes the shadows show up so bright. Now for the best part, glitter. We're going to use a layering method. I'm taking Stila's Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Shadow in Into the Blue, placing some on my lid with the wand, and then patting it out. Going over the glitter with Makeup Geek's Center Stage Shadow, then repeating the process. I wanted the blue to sparkle, but I didn't want it to look too glittery. You'll see me grab a napkin to catch some of the fallout from the shadows. surprise, surprise, we're at it again, adding more black shadow with a more precise brush. We're using the angled liner brush from before and connecting the wing to the lower lash line and extending it inward. Before we add too much to the lower lash line, we're going to line the waterline with Ardency In's Modster eyeliner. Alexa almost always, if not always, wears black in her waterline. This makes the look more smoky. I find that this liner lasts a long time and doesn't really budge. Back at the lower lash line, we're almost done. We're placing Corrupt underneath the pencil liner. Then to add color to the lower lashes, we're adding a pinch of Masquerade toward the inner corner, but not quite all the way in. To tie everything together, we're using the same highlight from under the brow to brighten the inner corner, slightly edging some up toward the lid. Now that we're done with the shadow, we're curling the lashes and applying some mascara. We're using my go-to lately, which is CoverGirl's So Lashy, to coat the top and bottom lashes before applying Ardell's Faux Mink lashes in the style 810. I still can't apply lashes nicely, so I'll spare you guys. I decided to change my lip color and put on Too Faced Melted Matte in Queen Bee. Please ignore how dry my lips are. And we're finally done. I hope you enjoyed. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much, and until next time, bye.